Daddy, you need to get me a fossil.
I will.
I want to be able to hold it up and say my daddy tames the dinosaurs.
Deepwater Horizon is the true story of the oil rig back in 2010 that like blew up because of many reasons going into this disaster. But it's noted to be the worst oil disaster in U.S. history and the worst man-made disaster in U.S. history. And it's essentially about the people who were on the Deepwater Horizon, how they got off, and yes, that's essentially the movie there. Going into this, I was actually excited. I didn't know. I mean, I knew what it was about for sure because I remember seeing this crap on the news. But yeah, it's not just that I didn't, or that I knew what it was about. Yeah, hadn't seen the trailers, so I was actually going into this one decently blind, and I really thought it was a great like biopic kind of movie. Not really a biopic, but a yeah, I wouldn't say biopic, but Peter Berg directed 2013's Lone Survivor, which I thought was a great movie. So I was excited for this one, obviously, and he did a really good job on this one. I don't like this one as much as Lone Survivor, but I really did enjoy this one. It has a I'm gonna talk about the editing before I talk about anything. It has great editing. It's edited at a very frantic pace, so you feel the adrenaline of the situation, and you don't have any time to breathe, unlike the people who are on the Deepwater Horizon. And yeah, yeah, it adds to a very tense situation that's going on, and the performances are great. Mark Wahlberg here gives one of his best performances, I think. Not his best, but one of his best. And Gina Rodriguez does a good job. Kurt Russell does a good job. Kate Hudson is good for what she has. But yeah, everyone does a pretty solid job here. And the action is great. As I said, it's edited perfectly. The technical aspects of the movie are great. The effects are fantastic. It looks like you're on an oil rig that's about to explode, and they need to get off. And the intense scenes where people are pulling out glass out of their legs or something, it's really well handled. It's like a getting punched in the gut repeatedly. That's what this movie or that's the feeling that this movie gave me. It isn't a perfect movie. I think the first act is not slow, nor is it necessarily weak, but it was just kind of average. Average setup. I didn't care too much. I understand why it's there, cause so we can care for these characters, but I don't know. It took a bit to get going. I'm not sure how I felt about that, but it's also not slow. It's really weird, cause this movie goes by really fast. It's like an hour and 45 minutes. It goes by like that. So did Lone Survivors. So Peter Berg knows how to direct a fast-paced movie. I'm excited to see what Patriots Day is all about. And so yeah. So overall, I think Deepwater Horizon is a great like biopic type thing that honors the men who died on that day on the Deepwater Horizon. And I'm gonna give it a B plus. I don't love it. It's not one of my favorite movies of the year. It's in maybe my top 20 probably. But it's a really dang solid one. So that's my review for Deepwater Horizon. I'm gonna have reviews for Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children and probably Queen of Catway, uh, coming up probably this weekend. Maybe Masterminds. I don't think I'm gonna watch that, but yeah, I like my money. I like to keep it. I want to save it for good things. So yeah. So that's my review for Deepwater Horizon. So peace.